This video is going to focus on the content from section 3.1, which is about reflections. Now, the first thing that we need to point out is this, and that is kind of the different types of transformations themselves. We have rigid transformations, or rigid motion. Now, rigid motion means that the resulting shape is going to be congruent to the original shape. So this would be reflections, translations, rotations, which we're going to talk about throughout this particular topic. These are the three transformations specifically that we're going to focus on for this chapter. The other type of motion is non-rigid motion. And the difference is the shape remains the same, but the size has changed. And this is actually something that we have experience with. Anybody who has to go to the eye doctor periodically has to get their eyes dilated. And that just, your pupil does not change shape. It remains a circle. But it becomes, it can become larger or smaller depending on the amount of light that is available. But dilations are going to be covered much later in the course. So the ones that we're really going to be concerned with right now are these three. So, the main focus of this first section is reflections. And hopefully you have already watched the first video about this topic. And you have seen that we basically are given a line, and that shape gets moved to a place that is equidistant on the other side of that line. So we're going to look at a couple of examples. And first we're going to look at an example when we're talking about a reflection about an axis. So this first one, we're going to reflect about the x-axis. And to do that, we need to figure out what these points are first. Well, we're going to figure out what these points are first as far as doing this transformation. So this point A is the point 2, 1. Point C is the point 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And B is the point negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 4, 1. Now, if I want to reflect about the x-axis, so the notation would be R, capital R, x-axis. What this does is it takes any point I have, which is x, y, and shifts that point over to the point x, negative y. So that is exactly what we are going to do here. We have point A, which is at 2, 1. We're going to move that to 2, negative 1. This C, which is 0, 4, we're going to move to here, which is 0, negative 4. And negative 4, 1, we're going to move right here, which is going to be the point negative 4, negative 1. And now I'm going to label those with letters as well, so that we get used to the notation for the letters. The image is always going to be the same letter as our original point, but with a prime marker on it. And B prime. Okay, so this means that our line, or our shape, as you can see, reflected about my x-axis. The distance from here to here is 4, and the distance from here to there is also 4. Okay, now that's a x-axis reflection. We're going to look at the same shape, but it's going to be our y-axis reflection. This would be denoted as reflection y-axis. Okay. These 3 points are the exact same, so we already know that this is 2, 1, this is negative 4, 1, and this is 0, 4. Okay, so what exactly does a y-axis reflection do? Well, it takes every point xy and sends it to the point negative x, y. And that is exactly what we are going to do here. So if I make this negative, that's going to be negative 2, 1. So that is my a prime. If I do that here, this is going to be 4, 1. That is going to be my b prime. Now let's talk about what happens with c. 0, when I take its negative, nothing changes. So c and c prime are the same point. This can happen, just be aware of it. And when we connect our shape, we can see that it's the same shape, but it is reflected. There's one more that I want to look at immediately. And that is another special reflection, which is about the line y equals x. So, our notation, reflection, y equals x. What is happening? X comma y gets sent to y comma x. Okay. So this means that my point 2, 1 is going to be sent to the point 1, 2. My point negative 4, 1 is going to be sent to the point 1, negative 4. And my point 0, 4 is going to be sent to 4, 0. Okay, so let's put this on our graph here. 1, 2, well, that'd be 1, 2, and that is my A prime. Then I have 1, -4, that is going to be this point here. Yeah, and this is going to be B prime. And then my C is going to be 4, 0, so it's going to come to here, and this is my C prime. Again, our shape remains the same, but its reflection works out in this format. Okay, that is actually going to do it for this video, even though you can see that there is another slide, but we will come to that one later. For now, stay safe, and I will see you in the next